Election of chairperson for the Planning and Zoning Board. Do I have a suggestion?
I'd like to nominate Todd Anger.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay.
I'd like to amend the motion and amend it to nominate Antonio Arcerio as chairman.
Do we have a second?
I will second that, and I accept that nomination.
Okay.
Just to clarify, when you say you would like to amend it, it wasn't made by you, so the person who made the nomination would have to accept the amendment. If you want to make a different nomination, you can make a different nomination. But to amend it, the person who made it would have to accept it.
I do not accept. And then, just for procedurally, if we have two separate motions on chair, how do we vote?
You vote for one or the other. You can either do it by ballot and turn it in to the clerk, or we can ask all those in favor of X or all those in favor of Y. And you vote, in favor of whichever one you choose.
Oh,
However the board chooses to do it.
okay. I just meant if there are two, you can't have two motions on the table at once, can you?
These are nominations, they're not motions.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. Well, which way?
It's up to the board.
Comments, right?
Well, the question is that there was a nomination made, and are you trying to amend that nomination, or are you making a new nomination?
Should we vote on the first one? And
I
then
would
if it
then-
doesn't pass, do
I
we
would
go to the
amend-
second one?
I would amend the original motion.
And the maker of, the maker of the nomination did not accept it.
Okay.
So are you not nominating? These
I
aren't,
didn't know that the maker had a choice to accept it.
But we
or
can
not
just
accept
have two candidates, and we can just say the name that we choose.
correct, but the point is that these aren't motions, these are nominations for the position. So there was a nomination for one individual, and the question is whether or not there is a second nomination for a second
it.
individual.
Okay. All right, I'll make a motion to nominate Antonio Arcerio as chairperson.
So there is a second nomination.
Okay. So do we go with the first one first, and then if it doesn't pass, go to the second one?
But
No,
we,
you would ask people to vote for whichever, so we would ask
All right, so we
for-
go down the line and we take a pick.
Sure.
vote either Todd or Antonio.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Melissa, would you ask each board member who they would have as chairperson, please?
Can we have comments before we get to a vote?
We're in
I
discussion.
don't see any. Why would we have to have comments?
Because we have a motion and we don't have a chance to have
These
comments.
are not motions, they're just nominations
We have a
for
nomination.
positions.
Okay, we have nominations, but we don't have the opportunity for comments.
Yeah, I would think that we could comment on them.
It's up to the chair.
I would prefer to just, let's get this done, let's vote on who each member would like to have.
I realize you would prefer, but in fairness to other members on the board, I think this is an issue that would require some comments, especially since we have a new board member, probably hasn't experienced the history that we've gone through, and I think it's very important for us to have comments on this nomination.
No, I think we're just going to deal with the nomination and go on. So, Melissa, would you ask each board member who they would like as the chairperson, please?
Sure. Mr. O'Neill,
Todd.
Mr. Mangani,
Todd Anger.
Mr. Zucchini,
Antonio?
Mr. Arcerio,
Antonio.
Mr. Anger.
Todd. Thank you. Okay. All right,